Let's see. I will record for our dear Kate.
Of course. Forest elf, still connecting.
How's the haze there today?
Not as bad as it has been, but it's still pretty gnarly.
We've been getting like a light rain all day, and I've been thinking about you guys, how much you need that kind of a rain or something to come in and bring it all
Tamp
down.
it all down.
Yeah.
It was pretty gross when I went for my walk earlier. It's just like it feels like you're breathing particulates. It's really, when you're in cities that have really bad air pollution, it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Jakarta for 15 years, so yeah.
There you go. You know what that's like.
Yeah. I used to, when I was an exchange student, I would come home and might take off my school uniform, which was a little white button-up shirt, and there would literally be like a line on my on my arm from the grit.
Yeah.
That's how polluted it was back in the 80s. And everybody was smoking then too. So everywhere you went, everybody was smoking.
Yeah. Seoul was filthy in the early 80s. It was like when it would snow, it'd be beautiful until the next morning. And then the snow clouds would come through, mountains just covered with soot. We used to get nosebleeds all the time and styes in our eyes. It was really beautiful time.
Yeah.
How old were you when you lived in Seoul?
I was in high school. I graduated from high school there and then stayed on and went to college for a little bit for my freshman year. And then my dad left and the cycle begins again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the Seoul International School?
We
or some
went
kind
to,
of an American school?
Yeah, we went to Seoul American. And Seoul Foreign was where all the really cute boys were and all the super good parties like in fancy downtown. So if you could score an invite to one of those, that was a good night out.
So that was more like the folks that were doing private sector stuff or the rich Koreans or that kind of thing?
Yeah, embassy kids. Like embassy was on the other side of Post from us. I mean, it wasn't like a fence or anything. It was just like a housing development that was pretty much dedicated to embassy people.
A different side of the tracks.
Tracks, barracks,
exactly.
And then they had up next to the officers club, they had the embassy club, which also, I mean, anybody could go into the embassy club, but that was where all the really good bands would come, like good Filipino bands, cover bands, things like that. So go in there. And that was also where they had Space Invaders, asteroids, and centipede machines. And that was a really big deal.
For free? Like, did they have them for free because it was in an officers club, or you had to actually pay on a quarter?
It was tokens, like you'd buy tokens at the bar.
Yeah.
And then you just pop the tokens in. I don't know why they did it like that.
Yeah.
Everything was so cheap then, though.
I just remember I was never good at video games as a kid, and you have your quarter or whatever it was, and mine would be gone in like 10 seconds. And then, my cousins would be playing for like an hour on the same quarter.
Yeah, that was me with centipedes and asteroid. I could play Space Invaders because all you had to do was just hit the button really hard repeatedly. There wasn't a whole lot of skill involved in that one.
Right.
I do better on pinball machines.
Oh God, me too. I love pinball. That's fun. The simple things.
The simple things, yeah.
What's the name of that pachinko machine? Do you remember that one with all the balls in it?
I
stood
do
upright.
Remember seeing them. Is that what they were called? Pachinko?
Pachinko, I think it was, and it would like go down through a maze, and then if it hit certain things,
like you drop your ball at the top.
Yeah, you drop your ball at the top. I don't think there was really any skill in it. Maybe there were some flappers on the side or something. Oh, too bad Chris isn't here. He'd be writing us a
1980s video game
exactly
meditation.
a pinball.
I'm here for it.
Pinball meditation.
Yes. That's a really good idea.
We can suggest it to him.
Can we do requests?
Yeah, did you look up that In Excess song? There's actually lyrics about Kate having let's see, I have to look at Mediate In Excess lyrics.
I remember the cards. I remember Michael Hutchins standing
After
there.
he said that with the
looking at
cards, I did remember it, and then I went to
Yeah.
look at it. And the lyrics are a gentle trait, the broken crate, a heavyweight, or just too late, like pretty Kate has sex ornate. Actually, the lyrics.
Actually, the lyrics alone would make a great meditation.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hallucinate, desegregate, mediate, alleviate, try not to hate. I do remember.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if you go look at the video now, Dana, it's so dated. Like I remember, like we thought everybody was so in love with Michael Hutchins. He was like so hot, right? And you look at this, he's lost some of his appeal over time.
Yeah.
He's just like a scrawny chicken wing of a dude who's
with kind of, unkempt, a little bit unruly hair.
Yeah.
I always felt like he was kind of channeling Jim Morrison, like in the way that he presented himself.
Right.
And the way that he moved too, like his movements and kind of, yeah. I thought Axl Rose did that shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That slide over here.
Wow.
Hey, we could do more In Excess lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Digging it.
Yeah.
Hey, Astrid, how's the smoke up there? How are you guys doing?
It's still, I was just saying to Laurel, it was pretty grim on my walk this morning. You did take in big lungfuls of particulates, I think, at this point.
Yeah, we've been actually raking the back area of like any dry debris, just trying to keep ourselves occupied, watching the Clackamas County evacuation map. It's still a ways away, but it's very sobering to think that you live in the suburbs and you could be on the outer fringes of something like that.
I heard that on Nextdoor, and I'm sort of scratching, like, what fire? Is this not the White River fire they're expecting to come this close?
No, there's the Beachy Fire, which is the one that's down like near Salem and Mill Valley. And then there are little pockets, it looks like, probably just sparked by trucks or trains or idiots with cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't know if your yard has done this, but it's almost like over the past 48 hours, the air and wind has been so dry, it's sucked all the moisture out of my plants. I mean, they've just wilted.
Wow.
I have to keep water on them constantly.
Yeah.
It's freaky. And our
It's
grass
really
is, it's unnerving. That's the word.
Well, our big tall forest of sunflowers fell over in the wind gusts. The weed is still fine, I'm happy to report.
Living up to its name.
Yeah. The corn plants got a little bit banged around, and the sunflowers fell over, but the weed is fine.
That's
Sunflowers
good.
can be pretty fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No trees down in your neighborhood? No big branches or anything?
Well, not right around us, thankfully. But I did see on my walk through Eastmoreland, rather, lots of down trees and limbs.
Wow.
Lots. And including some power lines that had come down.
Yeah. So you guys lost power for any point?
No, not so far. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's good. We had 2 episodes. Most of them only lasted about 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
But it's amazing how quickly people get bored.
Yep.
Rob was just crashed out on the sofa. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm bored. I can't reach any of my friends. Just like,
because of no electricity?
Yeah.
I'm like curious.
No internet, no electricity.
Yeah. Huh.
We can play some games.
Yeah, or read a book. Or
Right.
Nobody wanted to do that.
It is a bummer when it gets dark and you don't have electricity, but
Yeah.
it can still be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's more fun when it's snowing and it's the winter time. Then it's so much more romantic, and you can go outside with the snow and it just kind of glows outside. But now it's just like hot and dry and everybody's stressed out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, although not knowing when the electricity is going to come back on is always stressful. Like, it's fun for a while, and like, how much longer is this going to last?
Well,
I guess Portland got hit really bad in some places, didn't they, Astrid? All those, like you said, the trees in Moreland.
Yeah, no, it's I was on one of my therapeutic walks, and I thought, oh, I start doing a bigger loop now, working up to 7 miles as I'm supposed to. And I walked through, as like what's that called, Eastmoreland Racket Club or something. Like, there's this little private health club and tennis club, and you walk past it, and then you cut across to the Springwater corridor, basically. And I'm going, oh, now I'm trespassing because this club is shut down because of the pandemic. And so in that tiny little spur trail that they have that connects to the big trail, there's just a big honking tree just across the path, and I ended up having to climb over it. It's like, oh, right.
That's not part of your
no, like that
doctor's
was
orders.
That was not part of the doctor's orders, climbing across trees. Although it turns out I did fine. But
good. But 7 miles, that's impressive.
It is.
Well, I'm not quite there yet. I'm up to 5.5. But yeah, it's the biggest challenge is fitting in the time to.
You're right. Yeah.
And my exercises. I'm like, and take a shower. So today, I haven't taken a shower yet.
You have to prioritize things.
There's only so many things I can manage, in a given day.
Yeah. Shower these days goes lower on the list for sure.
Shower, schmower.
Yeah,
It is, however, it is our 20th wedding anniversary. So at some point, I probably should take a shower.
Oh.
Just to mark the day.
Are you expecting a romantic dinner for 3?
No. I'm expecting a band jam at a friend's house, whose girlfriend's birthday it is today. So we know there will be good food and bubbly, and that's really all that matters, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. And that's just coincidence that it's the same?
Yeah, it's just the regular Wednesday night jam.
Wow, cool. So 9/9. Was there any
9/9.
reason you chose 9/9? 9/9. It's 20. So 9/9/2000.
9/9/2000. It was a Saturday.
Mm.
That's all that happened.
Well, and you got married.
Oh yeah, but in picking the date for the wedding, right? Like Saturday.
Yeah, you weren't like an auspicious numerology kind of day.
No.
I don't even know what 9 is for.
Where did you get married? Did you have a little outside wedding? What did you guys do?
We got married on the beach in Mendocino County in California.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
and
very cool.
we turned it into sort of a 3-day event. Friends arrived on Friday night. We had a big salmon bake, got married on Saturday, and then everybody stayed through brunch on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We rented out a farmhouse that had a bunch of little cabins and a campground, and then people who wanted to be a bit more higher end could stay in town in a B&B.
Nice.
That sounds really sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really nice. About 70 people or so, not massive.
yeah.
How many years? What year did you marry?
2000.
Nice.
20th anniversary.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I was a child bride.
congratulations.
I was about 13.
Oh, Steve.
That's great, Whopper.
Well, I think you definitely should shower then, Astrid.
Yeah, right? Yeah, maybe wash my hair, put on a dress. I know, it's a crazy talk.
Oh, well, I hope you're well enough to get maybe just a tiny bit of dancing in as well.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
dancer?
there'll be some of that. Yeah. And there'll be some singing, no doubt. We'll all get recruited into the backup vocals now for the band.
Oh, awesome. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
That
it'll be
sounds
fun.
fun.
Is this on YouTube anywhere? Does anybody make videos of this?
No,
event?
it's actually embargoed. It's completely verboten because our host is in a it's a sad reason actually. He's in a shared custody situation, and his ex-wife is a piece of work and has been just putting rubbish in their child's brain about her exposure at her dad's house, and so about the last thing we want to do is show that
Right, give any more fuel to that.
more fuel to that
gosh.
neurosis. So yeah.
Oh, that's
You know,
so hard.
I really struggle with with people that behave like that, that don't, I mean, what are you thinking? Your child always comes first in a situation like that.
Right.
And to,
Right.
you know, as much as you despise your ex, the least you can do is show a little bit of respect for your child by respecting their other parent.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly traumatic, right? Because
How old is the kid?
it's 13.
Yeah.
And she's been or like they have been really, really anxiety ridden about what COVID means and what could happen. And so I think in their head it's like, oh, I go to dad's house, I will die for sure. Right. It's like there's no, yeah.
Because their mom's been filling their head with that kind of stuff. Oh god.
Yeah, it really sucks. So our friend had to go and enforce his parenting plan and, you know, serve her papers and yada yada. But anyway, so as a result, we're a little bit more circumspect.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. That's a shame, because I'm sure that we're missing out on a great performance.
You are, yes. If you find yourself on Southeast Herald and 64th, however, Dana, highly recommend that. Yeah, BYOB, you know.
Always come packing.
Perfect.
Little gift for the host.
Oh. Okay, well, we'll get